Test my. Okay, there we go. So everything's working. Everything's in order. I make sure. Very important.
Ellie.
Okay. Ellie, why? Why do you always have to get up on my lap every freaking time? I mean, not every time, but like many times, you just decide I start streaming, and then you have to get up on my lap. Like, immediately. Especially when I'm about to, So you might not be able to tell, but I got a haircut. Since I'm trying to grow my hair out, it's not quite as pronounced. It does feel weird, like seeing so much from my forehead. Um, I was gonna start with some real talk, but like now that there's a freaking cat on my lap, so I'm not sure if I want if now is a good time for real talk. It's time for cat talk. Let's talk about cats. Let's talk about one cat, really. The only cat that matters. The cutest kitty in the whole wide world. Like, no offense to anyone else who has kitties. Like, you're free to think that your kitty is the cutest kitty in the world, but I know in my heart, this is the cutest kitty. Everyone else is free to delude themselves into thinking that their cat is cuter, but they're all wrong. Aww. Okay. So this is our kitty showcase. So this morning, Steve Shives uploaded another video, which I couldn't stand to watch all the way through. Like, this is becoming a trend. Because like every time, like there's two people who have uploaded like multiple videos, and I respect their opinions and views for the most part. But like, when it comes to like the subject of boycotting this game, it's like here's a thought that's crossed my mind, and maybe this isn't the. I think this is kind of a good equivalency, in a way. But basically, this is like saying that buying this game is not, by buying this game, you're not a true trans supporter, or that you don't really believe in supporting trans people, or such thing. It is like saying that because I am not a vegan, I must support animal cruelty, or I must not be truly against animal cruelty because I purchase and literally consume meat products. Like, it's not quite the same thing, but it's a similar thing. Also, I read someone was talking about how they used to make and give away chocolate chip and chocolate chip raisin cookies, and they stopped because they learned that Nestle uses slave labor, apparently. I'm assuming for cocoa harvesting. I'm not sure if that's actually the case or if it's still the case. But one of the things someone complained about it and saying oh, it doesn't matter where it comes from or something, and then they stopped giving that person cookies, or I don't know what the heck it was, but it was just the thing about, I mean, it's funny because I think I used that metaphor before, not really a metaphor, but I've used that example of if I learned that a chocolate bar company, I think I used Hershey's, was doing something absolutely awful and terrible. I could go and buy other brands of chocolate bars because those exist. I could buy. I mean, granted, granted, if you buy store brand chocolate chips, which I think you can, there's no guarantee necessarily that those aren't sourced from the same plants that make Nestle. I mean, but in that case, the problem isn't necessarily, the problem is the Nestle Corporation, but it's also just capitalism and unregulated capitalism. Because the problem with I think a fair amount of the right is that they have this weird impression that if we just have a free market is all we need. People can if we truly had a free market, there shouldn't be patents. We should just get rid of patents altogether because or even copyright for that matter. Because if we got rid of copyright, then someone else could make a Harry Potter game. Someone else could make their own fan Harry Potter game without having to pay J.K. Rowling a single cent, because copyright is irrelevant. Or, if we did away with copyright altogether. So, like, the people who claim to be, truly invested in the free market and letting the free market decide things. Let's allow any company who wants to make a Harry Potter game to make a Harry Potter game. They don't have to pay J.K. Rowling anything, because they're the ones putting the work into making the game. Like, maybe they could have some, cred for working with J.K. Rowling, at least in terms of, like, making sure it's absolutely true to the source material. And that it feels properly official. But given the things that Rowling said, why would you want to do that? Why would you actually want to collaborate with Rowling? Just use your own imagination and, anyway, the problem with the free market is that or believing in, I guess, like, the conservative view is that they don't consider the fact that people are evil and greedy, and that if you allow people to be evil and greedy, they're probably going to be evil and greedy. Evil and greedy without any kind of repercussions whatsoever, or any significant repercussions whatsoever. They're just going to be evil and greedy, and that's the way the world works. Anyway, with that lovely subject out of the way, let's go play a fun game. That is loosely associated with a terrible person. Although I don't necessarily believe that J.K. Rowling is a terrible person. I believe her views are terrible and dangerous and all that, but okay. We need to, like, reactivate the quest. If I...
Anna's getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me outside of Feldcroft, near the catacomb.
The catacomb?
I have some promising news about the location of our Hebridean dragon friend and where to return her you-know-what. Meet me in the town circle in Hogsmeade.
Oh, well, we gotta abandon this quest. Go straight to Poppy.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Ellie, why are you doing your grumpy thing? Uh-oh, she's being grumpy. Is it because I'm saying you're grumpy that you're being grumpy, or were you grumpy before and now I... Look, I stopped talking about the bad things, okay? Come on, you go play. Oh, your cube set, okay? Hey, you really like your cube. You have lots of fun in your cube. I was gonna get set up upright, but then you got inside immediately. I knocked it over on side. You have fun there.
It's like a place right out of a storybook.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Doug Bog sighting. Be careful. Okay.
You've made Upper Hogsfield safer, and for that, I thank you.
Huh.
Why, hello again.
You know, I think I will say this about Rowling. I think she should probably come out and decry violence against trans people. I think it's kind of irresponsible of her not to. Like, given her views. Like, she is kind of free to have them, free to express them, but you kind of had to take responsibility for some of the unintended consequences of your speech.
I thought my owl might pique your interest.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so distracted by the scriptorium and Slytherin's
Really?
book that I'd almost forgotten what it was that had struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and
Really?
discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
We're not going to avoid detection. Like, some versions of Whimsy are stealthy, but this version is... Granted, I will say part of my disdain for the stealth mechanics has to do with the fact that we're forced to use it for pretty significant sections of the game. Granted, it's well executed enough, but that it's not a huge problem. But I I guess I don't like the binary difficulty of it. You know, as indicated here, I am non-binary. Therefore, I hate all things that are binary. Ellie, please, just go and play! Come on! I'm having fun. Why can't you have fun too? I'm having fun by myself. Why can't you have fun by yourself too? Here, I'll move her closer to your toy so that you can combine toys. How about that? Like binary difficulty is like you either succeed or you fail. There's no like heck. Outer Worlds has a kind of good example of it because you could like fail at stealth, and due to like nature protect you use for stealth, you can recover from it. And then there's like in Half Life, you fall into a pool of toxic waste. Well, you know if you there are platforming sections above pools of toxic waste. Well, you take a little bit of damage, but you can get out of it and recover. And the punishment isn't death for failing a platforming challenge. Isn't death. It's just you lose a bit of health. Heck, in Mario 64 actually kind of does that with lava. It's actually kind of interesting. It's probably a bit of a departure from previous Mario games where falling into lava was instant death. But binary is you succeed at jumping to another platform or you fall to your death. Right, that's binary. Binary is you either successfully sneak past a person or you're caught and have to start over again. Um, like throughout the rest of the game, it's like you're caught, now you have to fight. That's also kind of a non-binary difficulty, and I actually would kind of like to use that, but I mean, there's a couple reasons why I prefer not to. One is that it's just the spell loadout problem. Like, yeah, you can have multiple loadouts, but switching between them is a bit of a chore. And of course, there's like no way to really change that without, having console parity. And given the fact that they made it a mechanic in the game, means that I highly doubt that they have spell hotkeys, or the ability to build more advanced loadouts tied to your keyboard. I mean, maybe they do. I don't know, but um, and it's funny how we have like a dialogue option where we just get to choose ahead of time between avoiding detection and dealing blows. Because like my approach, and I guess Whimsy's approach by extension, is to start with stealth. You know, try to use stealth, but if we get caught, we we do it the hard way. Um, uh,
We need to see what they're doing. I say we take them head on. Let's bury some enemies.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
I do have to say once again that it is somewhat weird that we. It's not like that weird. It's the freaking video game, and
There they are, up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
like in the Harry Potter books, I think Harry Potter kills a grand total of 2 people, probably. Like in the first book and the last book, and one wasn't entirely on purpose. It also like creates the weird continuity issues with the Thestrals. Anyway,
But if you don't fill up so much, you can actually go further. No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists are out for blood.
Easily neither. Much too slow. Not quick enough. Prepare to surrender now.
can we? Are we like setting ourselves on fire here or what? What was that weird thing that happened?
Revelio.
Ooh, a flame.
You will regret.
Oh, what the hell were you? Why weren't you in the fight?
Tego.
All of Ranrock's loyalists deserve the same fate. Nice work.
This is really weird. It's like the developers just changed their mind about where they wanted to put the table, and then forget to move the pages that they put on the table. That's what I imagine happened.
Revelio. Revelio.
Huh. Other different, like, entrances into the mines, I guess? I know, this isn't where we're actually going, I think.
Revelio.
Passa something. Ah, there it is.
This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Okay.
Once again, we could fight our way through, or be discreet.
You know which one I'd choose?
Perhaps we can find an alternate route up ahead.
Sneaking around has its appeal. We're making quick progress.
We could make more XPs if we fought our way through. Oh well. There should be potentially a system for XP for finding alternate routes.
I didn't touch your helm. But thank you for making me the first object of your suspicions. Know who my friends are now, don't I?
Granted, the problem with that approach would be that you could, like, sneak your way, like, discover and use the alternate route, and then go back and fight, and then earn twice the XP. Like, that's kind of that's the problem with that design. That's probably the reason why I would likely as a video game designer, that it would be problematic to have a system where you could, allow players to gain XP for using an alternate route. Now, as a dungeon master, or I guess a game master, you could be like, okay, well, you found another solution that maybe I didn't anticipate, or that I designed specifically for you to find. I mean, in the case of this, that you did a perception check or whatever, you found this alternate route, and you successfully, if I were taking the XP route anyway, I would probably, if you're being really clever, or, maybe I designed that route for you, and there's a relative amount of challenge to the alternate route, and of course, I trust players not to just turn around and see what's down the other route and just to fight the enemies and gain additional XP. But anyway, you could do that because you trust your players, and I don't know. I think there could be a system in which you could still allow XP for both routes, and basically just trust players who are properly role playing and not just trying to maximize. I mean, probably the vast majority of players are probably gonna try to maximize their role, but that's up to them. I guess is what I'm saying. I mean, in finding a hidden alternate route is still something that should perhaps be rewarded. Ellie, what are you doing? Are you still grumpy? Are you still in a grumpy mood, or are you just in a cuddly mood? We have some trust issues here. You're lucky you are the prettiest girl in the whole world. Otherwise, I'm not sure how I would put up with all your shenanigans. Well, she is purring, so that might be a good sign. Oh, I should probably turn it. I mean, it's better for the volume to be too high than too low, but I mean, granted, I don't know. It might. It depends on who you are. You could turn down your volume on your end. Watch if as a viewer. Whereas if it goes all the way this way, that's huh? Even at the lowest volume, it's not muted. Interesting. I put in around the middle, which gets up to yellow. Which should be okay, hopefully. If I had more viewers, I could get more feedback on the, or viewers who actually leave comments.
For better or for worse, we're in. This mine looks like a tomb. tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported. Now I see why.
Yeah, they could add rails to their safety features.
Confringo! Revelio.
Yeah, okay, there's loot. Wow. Oh! Oh, our journey's ended! Thanks for watching. Wow, that was weird. Oh, wrong.
Confringo!
Let's I wasn't I should meant to go over that. Okay.
Revelio.
It should be easier. I'm still gonna save again. I'll go ahead and make it another slot. Yep, okay. Now, this is binary difficulty. At least at this point in
I don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
yeah. You mean these particular goblins, right? These particular goblins.
Revelio.
Whoa.
How many of Ranrock's loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want.
Probably,
Revelio.
yep.
That ledge is awfully high. Any ideas?
For some reason we can't actually climb up this ledge. Huh. That where we're actually supposed to go?
Must be something around here that can help.
Confringo.
The spiders, obviously. We need to... Oh. Let's transform it! Okay. Oh yeah, I need to pull it down.
Wingardium Leviosa.
He just warps up. I mean, it makes some degree of sense. It would be...
It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous fangs, or any number of endearing qualities, really.
Revelio.
Okay, we actually destroyed the bridge.
Revelio.
Okay. Going this way. But... Oh, there you go. Side passage. Whee!
Smashing.
Should have thought to conjure stairs.
That was absolutely smashing, yes. Now we got splinters in places we didn't even know we had.
That bridge has seen better days.
We're going to use repair again.
Revelio.
Let me guess, we need to repair it. What an incredible puzzle. Do we even have...
Reparo.
Oh good, we have still. We still have the equip. It's a challenging puzzle, it boggles the mind.
Confringo.
I mean, I'm sure they put a lot of work into the animation and all of that, but
Confringo.
Another spider.
You know,
shall
I
sleep
wonder
better
how
tonight.
plausible it would be to make a mod that like adds as a that like changes the voice sample for Stupefy to Disturb. So every time we cast Stupefy, it's like Stupefy, or it uses the original.
We're
It's
making
as
quick
the-
work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ramrock's loyalists have all but declared war.
For the record, I'm gonna be. It's probably not gonna affect my usual schedule that much, but I'm gonna be watching. Going to see Quantumania. Oh, dang it! Wait.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Oh. Why don't you cast Lumos and I'll... have other spells at the ready.
Revelio. Accio. Lumos.
Lumos!
Can we jump?
Lumos!
Revelio.
I don't know if there's anything else.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Is there an echo in here?
We've still not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
Revelio.
Maybe that's just a feature.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
Such arrogance. I will make it. Lucky, that's all. Someone's been taken out last me. You will suck.
Free, these spiders are there!
We certainly cleared the room.
You're not a bad chap for a Slytherin.
For a Ravenclaw, you certainly have a lot to learn.
What? Are you saying you are a bad chap?
Revelio.
Now, we can have a look around in peace.
Revelio.
Oh, okay, there's one of those things.
Confringo.
Usually they come in threes.
Revelio.
A rune symbol above the cavern door.
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it.
Is there something we're supposed to get up to?
Revelio.
I wouldn't be surprised to find a couple more rune symbols.
Confringo. Protego. Confringo.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Wasn't expecting that.
Revelio.
Hmm.
Here. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
That's it. Okay. Well, for it to be as if it's a watery haze, how long had I been unconscious? I only remember his eyes, empty of sorrow. Yes, but also, I recall feeling a sense of euphoria as I watched the pain vanish. But then everything started to turn. When I fell, I must have hit my head. I never feel nor see a mark, but the pain is throbbing. I can only hope it's not the Black Death. At least he's no longer in pain.
What do you have there?
A journal entry by Isadora.
Hopefully it will help us unravel more of this mystery.
Sebastian, I think I found something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
Revelio.
Well, second piece.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols and ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
His are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
Oh, there it is. Whoop, there it is.
Revelio.
And now for the moments of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble.
Always in for more trouble.
I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Marrenweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
Someone who knows Ranrock personally. They asked me not to mention their name to anyone.
A goblin? Tell me I'm wrong. You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins.
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft?
Yep.
Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
Perhaps your uncle was right about you. You don't know when to stop.
Oh, I do know when to stop. Unbelievable.
You're calling me ignorant. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. Huh. He's up and vanished. Oh, wait, he's still here.
I wondered if you might teach me how to cast a curse that you mentioned.
Oh, which one?
Oh, we can still learn how to make
On
the...
second thought, perhaps I don't need to learn any curses at the moment.
Very well. Let's speak again soon.
Actually, I know a curse I could cast right now. I know several curses. I don't even have to cast them. I could just say them. Oh, that's interesting. They do it out of... Oh, we can learn the Imperial Curse. No, thank you. We'll do that later. I don't think Whimsy would have quite put it that way.
It seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
I mean, she would have said that was like cruel.
Revelio certainly never revealed the charm of my potions, Professor, back when I was at school. What's the point of toiling if it can be done with magic?
It's not like her to forget.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howin for the measles.
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in plimpies.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realized that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Well done. You certainly know what you were doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here.
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
If you're right about finding her here, how do we go about returning the egg?
Her nest will likely be in the heart of her den, which she will be keeping guard over. It might also be more charred than anywhere else, I imagine.
We're not gonna freaking ask that.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are. There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons.
Aren't you beautiful?
They must be worried sick, wondering what happened to her egg.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it stays that way. At least until we've done what we came to do.
Revelio. Confringo!
they brought to capture her. At least 10 usually.
Revelio.
Where are you, Slippy? I thought you were joining forces in Borneo. I know you have your hopes about the fighting rank, but the true galleons are in Acromantilas. You don't believe how much violet I made a few days ago. Not to mention Borneo is not half bad to look at. Anyway, we'll be moving on soon. Egypt, perhaps. It's such a relief not to be weighed down anymore. See you soon, Agnes.
How charming. They keep in touch with each other. Revelio.
I agree.
Accio. Repair it.
Fantastic. She's breathtaking.
From a distance.
No, you're breathtaking. Oh, really?
I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us. Revelio. Watch your step.
Ah, my knees.
Pity. She must have been starved to pick off a graphorn.
Or just raring for a fight. Revelio.
Let's go ahead and... I'm pretty sure it's robe. I mean, he says a pretty good, like... Actually, This is even better. In terms of stat-wise, anyway. It is extraordinary. I might go with this. Seems like a...
Quiet. What was
Revelio.
that?
Oh.
There's no turning back now.
Okay. We're.
Wait here. I'll run ahead.
Whenever you're ready, I'll follow your lead.
I'll draw her attention. Follow the snake.
Whoa. What? How did you warp in front of me?
Revelio.
Watch out! It's burning.
Can we save here? Screw you.
Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the next.
Oh, she isn't making it easy.
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm if you ask me.
That's what I was thinking, like.
I don't suppose she'd listen to reason.
I'd normally try, but if we can get to that entrance, we can get to the next. Look, underneath her. I think we're close. She's
Sorry.
moving. Quickly.
Brilliant.
There's the nest. We're almost there.
Can we save here? It's probably auto-saved here, but... It's funny that, like, we can go to the save menu. It should just, like, gray out, and, like, when we hover over it, it just gives us a...
Why is every bridge here broken?
Reparo.
Because dragons, maybe? Because the developers love the repair spell.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss.
We're about to break!
That was brilliant! And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Shall we head back? I'm ready if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntel Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless
what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl. How could I have been so blind?
You okay? All right then. I want to transmog it. That'd be a little too much Roby. There we go. Yeah, it works. Well, hey, Ellie. Uh-oh. You okay? You just feel like letting this... There you go. Get in your most comfortable pose. Yeah, you seem to be most comfortable in the vertical position. You're a very vertical girl. Boop. We do the other Sebastian wish, which I think we're meant to do before this. But for some reason, because it's a lower level quest.
unearned reputation, if you ask me.
Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time. I'd say that looks as if it was made for you. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Okay, where are we going? I will say that like Whimsy probably likes goblins more than most. She probably almost envies them.
It's a good thing we have auras. Up for a bit of dying, are we?
I imagine she kind of envies their ability to craft magical items.
Revelio.
When the war is over, goblins will rule over wizards at last.
I won't rest until you're dead.
Oh. That was weird. Did we do that? Just by covering over him, or?
It won't be long now before we find another repository.
Oh, here's a pleasant surprise. Looks rather dark in there. Never stopped me before.
You're here. Good.
I'll conveniently forget about our last argument.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
Don't think I've forgotten about your goblin friend. I haven't.
Ah,
But I needed to tell you what I've learned.
okay.
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it, but I suspect if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't, I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do.
The catacomb? Assignment yielded more than I imagined. Learning about our ancestors was illuminating. However, I stumbled upon something else I could not ignore. In an area behind the great room, which had suffered decay amid the turned over sarcophagi, I discovered an oddly-shaped relic. Immediately, I sensed its power. I would be thrilled to study the relic further, only the removal of objects were allowed.
I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb.
Stop calling it a catacomb! It's a catacomb! We don't say comb in the desert.
I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
You know, I'm not about to comb my hair. Why is it always spiders? That's probably wasted. Hey, can I? No, I can't.
At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Oh, we're too much alike, Whimsy and I.
Opening all of these is tempting.
It does give into temptation.
This room is taller than it looks. We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified.
Revelio.
Oh, there's spiders behind that one. Maybe we shouldn't open this one.
Revelio.
Yeah, there's nothing behind there.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo.
Huh. Well, that's just... there we go. Okay. Why can't we get up there? Like, that should be the
Finding a
solution to the
chest in
puzzle.
an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Revelio.
Confringo!
Confringo. Protego.
I keep on forgetting to hold it down.
We've read the world of another spider. I shall sleep better tonight.
Revelio.
Nothing behind that. Something behind this one.
Accio.
See, Accio. Oh. You can Fringo it first.
Accio. Revelio.
Maybe my spell just for fancies. Huh.
Revelio.
This looks like progress. It's hard to tell which direction is progress.
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there.
First thing, I guess levels have been pink plus. Certainly are a lot of spiders that are like.
All this grass. It no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems. Often cave-ins.
And then were abandoned.
Exactly. We'll be fine, though.
We'll be fine, it's fine.
Revelio.
We're all fine here. How are you? There we go.
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. Revelio.
Huh, okay.
We're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory. Accio. Revelio.
Bones. Yay, bones. Dust.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
Oh, this is the one where you Imperio. Is this what we're gonna have to like have him cast Imperio on us?
Revelio.
What will Whimsy do in this situation? I guess what cause I'm thinking like Granted, like I'm really wondering, like, if I'm thinking if this is a puzzle similar to or a situation similar to what happened with Crucio. I mean, that's gotta be a weird pattern, though. Because, like, that's a moral dilemma that you can only do once, and if you do it twice, then it's, like, a pattern. But Imperio is a different sort of thing. Because basically, like, if it's a situation where you have to cast the Imperial Curse on someone in order to progress, then I almost feel like Whimsy would rather she be the one to cast it. I mean, granted, like, in lore, in game, from what we see of the dialogue between them, they kind of trust each other, like, well enough. So, Whimsy, as depicted in the game, would probably trust Sebastian not to do anything untoward or otherwise anything to her or with her while she's under, or make her do anything weird, like in any capacity, while under the Imperial, while using the Imperial curse. But on the other hand, I feel like Whimsy, it's not even necessarily a matter of choice per se. It's more a matter of I really have to think hard about this, and I don't know if this is a choice we're being given. I'm mulling over metagame information right now because we know we're going to be learning the Imperial Curse here. But, like, it'd be kind of cool to mull over here just in case I'm actually wrong. That's not that's not going to be the thing we're going to be asked to do. If we're put into a situation where in order to progress we had to use Avada Kedavra, and there's no, like, there's no one, like, worthy of death available to kill, to use it on. You're doing that, like, that you're gonna do that dilemma 3 times in a row. Like, it's but, like, Whimsy wouldn't. Okay, like, if I were in Whimsy's position, I would probably go with, like, okay, like, if one of us has to cast Imperio on the other, like, no offense, but you're a Slytherin. I know, like, that's almost what I almost think she might actually say that. Like, it's not that I don't trust you. It's just that I trust myself more than I trust you. Like, I trust myself to just... I don't like, the idea of not being in control of my own actions. Like, that'd be like two things. I do wonder, I know the students, like, react if you have or use dark magic. I don't know if that's like a flag of... I had to kind of imagine it might be a flag from like, is it a flag from warning it, or is it a flag from how much we actually use dark magic? Is the question. Because if we just learn the spell and use it once, because when we're required to, like, right, that is entirely metagame information, and I could just disregard whatever student sees, because, like, how would they know? And, like, one, how would they know? And two, we're committed to not using it. Like, we have it at our disposal, but we have no intention of actually using it. But, like, if students start saying, "Oh, you're using dark arts," and I've heard rumors that you're using dark arts or something, like, it's like, it's gonna irk me a little bit, I guess. Now, if it comes down to a matter of one of us having to use Imperio on someone or something else to like, if it's not a matter of us being a target of Imperio, then she probably just let Sebastian use it, because she trusts him that far. And she knows that, like, if he misuses it, there will be words.
There's something here by the altar. Revelio.
Huh. I feel she mentioned the relic in my report and was reminded to leave it where it lie. Research must come before my fealty to the rules. I sensed something about this relic. I was told that those chosen by English oak wands have powerful intuition. I believe it. Therefore, when no one was looking, I acted. I conjured 2 barricades to isolate the relic. Ancestors forgive me, but I use their very bones as the key. I plan to return to it, but first I must ready myself for our next assignment. Learning the Imperious Curse. The spell is said to serve well against enemies.
What did you find?
Revelio.
Oh, that's in another chamber. Right. Excuse me, you
We've
got
made
more.
it this far, but clearly we have more to do. Revelio. Confringo. I need to find a safe way across.
I'm guessing we need to imperio the air into acting like solid matter.
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced the space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades, I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperious Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or, in this case, no bone.
I'm about to call it this installment in the middle of a quest.
Confringo! Confringo! Accio! Lumos.
Huh. Okay. Find a way through the barricade.
If this archway's been barricaded, we can find a way through.
Okay, I might just have to call it here. So as always, there are a bunch of things you can do. It'll take a few seconds of your time with those other things that are a bit more involved. But of course, all of that is entirely up to you. As always, I thank you very much for watching. And until next time,